Hi, I'm in Pantazi. Today we're going to talk about Bitei. Bitei is a target for Mohan Soken's secret notes. Now, these Kyusho notes were invaluable in putting together the karate of Shorin-ryu, and they were probably handed down from Matsumura Nabe and beyond that. So these are very old ideas. They did not originate with Mohan Soken. However, they were passed down as part of the karate style and the lineage. So let's get into this target now. Bitei is on the lower gate, or the lower kandan. That means the lower portion of the body from the waist down. This one happens to be right on the tailbone. Now, if you look at the tailbone, it comes down in a point, okay? Now, at the tip of the tailbone, it's only bone. Okay, so breaking that is going to cause the damage that we want, but it's not going to cause a neurological effect. What we want to do is right above that lower triangle of bone is a higher triangle of bone. Now there it's hollowed, and we can see that the nerves of the central nervous system and the spine come out and exit, and there's actually 4 branches that stem from that triangle. Okay, now this also goes back to kata. When you do movements in kata and they have whatever actions that you're using, it could be signifying a target that you're ultimately trying to get to, or it could be a method of getting to them, say from the Kusan-ku that I just demonstrated. In that kata, there's a movement where your knee rises up rapidly and then you drop into a low stance. Now that could signify, that rising knee could be the attack on this Bitei target. Now Bitei is a fainting target, okay, and the fainting is caused by the neurological shock. And in Mohan Soken's words, now I'm going to paraphrase because I can't remember the exact quote from his notes, but it says it causes cerebral shock from the spinal cord or the spinal nerves, and it will cause a loss of motor function and, of course, fainting. Now, how does this happen? Well, if you shock the central nervous system, it's like striking peripheral nerves, only more so, because the peripheral nerve shock is going to have to travel to the spine, the central nervous system, and then travel up to the brain. If you're attacking right on the spine, then it goes directly up to the brain. So there's a very sharp neurological shock that happens in the brain and the whole system, because along that vertebrae, okay, is where all the other nerves emanate from that control your autonomic functions like your respiration, your digestion, your heartbeat, everything. All right, so it's a very important target. Now, why this doesn't kill is it's because it's not going to be able to send that hard a shock because of the damage you're going to infer on the spine if you kick it abruptly. Now, in the demonstration, we're going to show you just a light shock there because we don't want to run the risk of dislocating someone's lower lumbar region or the coccyx, which is what it's called, the lower portion of the bone. So we have to be very cautious. Now, one of the gentlemen that was there, actually, a long time ago, he said he was doing something, sweeping the dojo floor, or whatever it was he was doing, and he just sneezed and it pulled out his lower back, and he almost passed out, and he was very dizzy, nauseous, had to sit down. And that ensued until he went to a chiropractor and figured out that somehow he managed to dislocate that area of his spine. So, not dislocated, but augmented, like put it out of place. So until it was corrected, he was experiencing that nausea and that dizziness and that inability to function well because his muscle strength was severely weakened. So this is a very powerful target. Again, it can be used in many different katas. If you're doing kata nahanchi, you lift your knee up, or you're doing Seisan right out of Weichi-Ryu, and you come up with that kneeing attack, okay, that could be grabbing onto the person's shoulders from behind, digging into the nerves maybe even of the collarbone region, okay, pulling as you come up with that knee. So that would be from a rear attack. All right. Now, when you're doing these kind of techniques, Ohan Soken suggests knee and kick. You can access it with your punch. You could even do an elbow up there. It depends on how you want to play it, but we will caution you, go slow. Now, this is just a neurological attack, but it develops and it rolls into the autonomic function, which can lower the blood pressure of the individual and hence the fainting. So be cautious on this. This is a very easy area to damage. Okay, a lot of elderly people especially, they fall, they break their hips, but they also break that area of their body as well. This is called Bitei. This is called Bitei, and we'll go into the anatomical dissection so you can see exactly how the nerves lie, and then you can go into the demonstration and see the effects. Now we've got two demonstrations, one done by myself, one done by one of the practitioners that was in that training session. So enjoy. This will be on the extended versions in the Patreon, the Platinum, and also here on YouTube.